Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Candidly with Coffee.
And we are back.
It feels so weird, I'm not going to lie.
On a Saturday.
Yeah, it's a Saturday, you guys. It is a Saturday afternoon.
4 p.m.
And
not a Sunday morning. It's weird. It's not a Sunday morning.
You talked over me. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, my bad. I said it's Saturday at 4 p.m., not Sunday morning.
Oh, not Sunday morning. Yes. Not Sunday morning because we just have schedule conflicts. So we had to kind of like move things around.
Yeah.
Whenever I move something around in my schedule, I realize how regimented of a person I am.
Right.
Because it's hard.
It feels off.
It's hard. It's really, really hard for me to change my routine. I am such a routine person. I'm also usually not like dressed like this for the podcast. I'm not like, I don't have this kind of makeup on. It just feels weird.
That's because we're going out after.
Yeah. So we are going to a concert tonight. We're going actually out with my cousin, Lisa, and her boyfriend. And I think maybe your sister might even join.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think she was a maybe. But we are going to go to dinner first, and then we're going to go to a concert. My cousin has the most amazing job, and she gets like tickets in this. They have a suite. Her law firm.
Shout out Lisa.
Yeah, and it's like VIP all the way. You get VIP entrance. It's Sweet Life, and we're gonna see Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode. We grew up on them.
I grew up on Depeche Mode.
Yes.
Lisa and I went to Depeche Mode concerts when we were in high school.
I wasn't a huge fan growing up. My brother was more, but I liked their music as I got older.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked all kinds of music.
Yeah.
But I definitely I went through a Depeche Mode and The Cure phase.
I don't
Remember
know
The
who that
Cure?
Is. No, I don't.
Oh, I loved The Cure also. But yeah,
What about
she's
Milli
the one who
Vanilli?
got me into it, actually. Milli Vanilli, that's
like
so
them?
different.
Did you like that
That's
music?
way different.
I know. Did you like that music?
I
liked
did
them.
like it, but that was we were
Till they got
younger.
exposed.
We were way younger.
Yeah, we were young.
That was like 5th grade.
Well, you said 80s. I was 80s.
When did I say the 80s?
Oh, I thought you said 80s.
I didn't go to
Is
concerts in the 80s.
Depeche Mode, aren't they from the 80s?
I
Or
was
90s?
too young to go to concerts in the 80s.
90s, yeah. Mid-90s.
I went to concert in the 90s.
Yeah.
The Cure was the 90s.
I don't know that group.
Yeah. Definitely. I loved it though. So and then tomorrow I have the Orange Theory Dry Try. So the Dry Try is 2,000 meter row, 300 body weight exercises, and you finish with a 5K. It is freaking hard.
What's your go-to for bodyweight exercises?
What do you mean my go-to?
What are you going to do?
They tell us what we do.
Oh, you don't get to pick?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
Oh,
not
so
fun.
it could be like burpees, jump
It is
squats,
burpees.
squats,
It's jump
push-ups.
squats, burpees, push-ups. It's not fun.
Oh, no. I bet it
And
isn't.
I am, as you guys know, I'm just coming off of, recovering from COVID. My endurance is shot. Originally, I had high hopes to like PR the Dry Try, and now I'm not putting that kind of pressure on myself. Honestly, when I got COVID, I right away I thought, well, I guess I'm not going to do the Dry Try. But now that, I'm trying to get back to working out and stuff, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do my best. That's all I can do.
That's all you can do.
I'm going to do my best.
You've done it before, right?
Yeah, but I was well prepared. I mean,
Yeah.
I even the regular Orange Theory classes right now for me are difficult because my COVID really affects your endurance and your recovery.
It affected me. I felt it too. My stamina too a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't have,
You know what I noticed is my heart rate elevates quicker. Because normally I have a hard time getting my heart rate up. My heart rate elevates slowly and recovers very quickly.
Damn.
Right now it's higher than it normally is, like during my workouts. So I definitely feel a difference.
It raised my blood pressure. COVID.
Yeah.
Remember, I was coming off
Yeah.
of COVID, and we're doing now it's way lower.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's tomorrow, and that's one of the reasons why we had to do the podcast today. So, we had kind of an eventful weekend. But you know what it made me think of? I was thinking about going to the concert, and I listened to some songs, some Depeche Mode songs, and it made me realize it literally took me back. Just putting on a song, it was like a time machine. It took me back to those days. Like I felt like it was so nostalgic. And it made me realize like how powerful music is.
Very powerful. Super. Like
It's
so important.
It's powerful.
Like
it can really, and I think that we underutilize the tool of music.
That's why one of the best things you could do when you're working out is get you a good station to listen to or some music.
So for motivation, create a motivational playlist for working out.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you will have a better workout if you are listening to motivational, like kick-ass music during your workout.
Yep.
It is so powerful. So like for motivation, like do you have any songs? Like what's your go-to kind of playlist for working out?
Random. I do like house music, hip hop. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Reggae. There's a bunch of different songs I like. It's just
Orange Theory. One of the reasons I love Orange Theory, and this got me thinking about it, the power of music, is because I love the music, and I will gravitate towards coaches that I know play music that I like because I have a better workout. It's easier. Alyssa, I often go to my daughter's class because she plays 90s. She loves 90s music. It's so weird. She was
22 years old.
She was born in 2001, and 90s is her favorite.
You just can't explain it. She listened to it. She likes the style of the 90s too.
So
it's crazy.
It just made me realize, like, wow, motivational music is so important. So if you are struggling with your workouts, are you listening to music? That's not the time for a podcast, by the way. Working out, like lifting weights, you want something that's going to pump you up. Don't listen to podcasts if you're struggling with like that, giving it that extra oomph.
Yeah.
Listen to music during that time. There's other times for podcasts.
You're doing you're doing your walk.
A walk.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Driving,
exactly.
podcast.
Right. Yes.
Think about this. Why do people go out dancing? To what? To listen to good music. Makes you happy. Yeah, some people go out there to pick up on you, but the point is you want to listen to good music. You're like, you're happy, you're anticipating, like, I'm going out.
Yeah.
You listen, you know what I'm saying? It gets you in that mode.
It releases endorphins.
Oh, big time. Yes.
So it listens to music, releases dopamine. It literally 100%. Releases dopamine.
Feel good. Yeah.
Music with a strong beat can stimulate brain waves.
Yes.
And then slow beats encourage slow brain waves. So think about that.
What's funny is I'll put on reggae when I'm hitting the bag, so I can go slow. I flow. Not fast. Not too amped up because hip hop will.
So it takes you down and
so it gets me more in a flow state. Like I'm flowing. I'm not really trying to. I'm just flowing. I'm in my zone. I'm not trying to go too quick. It slows me down. That's true. Because reggae is more like it's a more chill music.
It also occupies the mind with something familiar and soothing. It alters patterns of pain, depression, and disability. Listen to this one. Music can help reduce the perception of pain. Isn't that interesting? I didn't realize that one.
Mm-mm.
It can improve your state of mind. It can alter your breathing rate just by listening to a certain beat in a song. So interesting.
Powerful.
It can actually be used as a distraction technique for if you have cravings or something. You could put on music and get distracted.
Yeah, it's true. If you're at home and you're bored, put on some good music and dance. They're burning calories.
Yeah.
You're moving up and down or clean your house. Put some good music on.
I personally also feel that music is an excellent source for grief therapy. And when it's almost like, okay, this is my personal opinion on dealing with grief. I think that you got to let it out at some point. And sometimes when you bottle it up because you have to function, you have to go back to work, you have to do your things. So during those times when you are required to function, you have to kind of put a cork in your grief.
Yes.
And sometimes it's difficult to uncork it. You know it's about to be painful, but you know you need to do it. Good, like, songs that bring back memories and bring you in your feelings are a great way to uncork the grief, to have your moment. Just like let it out. After my mom died, I would do that. So I would do it always for whatever reason when I was blow drying my hair, I would put on music.
Yeah.
And I would get emotional while I was blow drying my hair. That's probably making noise so no one can hear me cry.
Damn.
And that's what kind of would let it out. Also in my car, when I was by myself in my car. But I would listen to songs that reminded me of my mom. There is this one song, and I don't want to ruin my makeup and even get too deep into it, but there is a moment when my mom was in hospice. I'll never forget it. It was just Danny and I were in the room with her, my brother Danny. Yeah. And Danny and I, just so you guys know, we're 4 years apart. So then we have an older brother and sister, and they're only 2 years apart, but there's a gap between us. So it's almost like we were raised in two pairs. So like they were raised, and then we came along and we were raised.
Yeah.
And when we were raised, we spent a lot of time with my mom.
Yeah.
Danny and I spent tons of time with my mom. And so we had this pretty deep connection with her. And when she was pretty sick, it was the last day or two before she died, Danny, we played one of her favorite songs and we listened to it, all three of us together. I was holding her. She was, in a lot of pain. I was holding her, and Danny sat in front of her and I sat to the side, and we played Memories by Barbra Streisand.
Memories.
And that song, to this day, like even the thought of it gets me choked up. But if I need a good cry, Memories from Barbra Streisand will take me right back to that moment. It was like, I can't even describe it. I wonder, I have never brought it up to my brother again after. I need to ask him. Because for me, it was a profound moment. Like it was so emotional, but so like special at the same time. We were this close to each other. My mom's here, Danny's here, I'm there. And we just played. Danny held his phone like this, and my mom listened to it, and she just kind of like, her eyes were closed and she just nodded her head.
She was enjoying it.
She did. And oh my God. Yes. And so that song is like therapeutic for me in a difficult way, but therapy way, a good way.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's touching.
But it was so special. And it just made me realize that, wow, music is so powerful, even for grief. Especially if you're someone that is struggling, letting emotion out. Because I'm going to tell you this, if you're bottling up your emotions all the time, it's going to manifest. It's going to manifest in anger. You're going to lash out.
Yes.
So if you struggle releasing the cork, music can be a good, like, what's that word? Conduit. For releasing the grief and the emotion, whatever it is. Also, like anger, right? Like you can get into like have a crazy song to kind of like, my dad tells me sometimes, he says, sometimes I just want to scream because I'm angry. He says that, because I'm angry that I got this. I didn't want to, I took care of myself. I didn't want to get cancer,
Yeah.
And I said, then Dad, just scream. Just do it. Who cares? Just scream. Like let it out.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I like boxing and Muay Thai. I go hit the bag.
What did you what did you tell me today earlier?
What'd I say?
You said, I'm going to go work out. And I said, go work out. You're like, I got to go work out or I'm going to be in a bad mood. I was like, okay, go.
Yeah, I got to release.
You were so agitated already, kind of, for some reason.
I didn't work out yesterday, so I had to get it in today. That's all.
Listening to music increases blood flow to the brain regions that generate and control emotions. The limbic system, which is involved in processing emotions and controlling memory, lights up when our ears perceive music. It triggers things.
Oh, yeah.
It literally triggers things.
Oh, yeah. I believe animals love music, too.
They do.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
And plants.
I remember
Plant life.
I did like a science project on that. Like if they hear, because if you talk negatively or play like crazy music, they die or get limp.
They've done that. They've done those experiments before. It's scary.
You know what I was thinking of when it came to music was Lamar Odom. When he was in a coma, he was in a deep coma, like, not coherent in any way, shape, or form. But he says he remembers hearing Kanye West's music. Kanye was in there playing his music and singing to him and stuff. And he has memories in his coma of the music. He says it helped bring him out of the deep, dark coma. Like it pulled him to the light.
It was like waking him up. Like, come on, Lamar, wake up. We're here.
I believe that because listen, what I just said, right? It stimulates the brain.
Yes.
So you have to stimulate the brain. And he talked about that.
I don't understand I know what a coma is, but I don't understand. What is it? Your brain just powers down? I don't know. Or the body? Or what is it?
Yeah,
exactly?
It's like almost like a deep, deep, deep
like
sleep.
You're in a deep sleep and you just can't wake up out of it.
Yeah.
Wow. And somewhere you're still there, but you got to find the door. It's like a matrix. You're stuck in the matrix. You got to find the door to get out.
Right. And the brain activity, they can monitor it and they know that it's decreased. Okay. But not to the level, like, there's different levels, you know?
So they had a, on his, I'm assuming they had something on his brain when he's in coma. So I wonder if they could go back and see if it like,
I know if it, I don't know. That's
on the music. Yeah. I mean, if he's saying he can remember, that's pretty amazing. Yeah. Because somewhere deep down, he couldn't wake up, but somehow his brain,
exactly.
Took, like,
and
data.
he has fond feelings towards Kanye because of that.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, that was like, it helped him. The other thing I was thinking of is I was watching actually like Real Housewives. Well, Real Housewives, and they're on the ultimate girls trip. They're on an ultimate girls trip. They're in Thailand, and the butler in their villa learned English from listening to music. I think a lot of people learn English from listening to music.
Yeah. Well, a lot of like Asia, they love hip hop music, and they will sing the song to the T, and I think that's how they learn.
Yeah,
they'll rap along with the rappers.
Hip-hop,
you see them in concerts.
I've learned specifically, like, I know someone. She told me that she learned English from listening to Yo MTV Raps. Remember that? Remember Yo MTV Raps?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we used to run home from school, and whose house we're going to go watch it was the thing, and who's going to provide snacks. It was a daily occurrence. Yo MTV Raps was a big deal.
Oh my gosh!
There's no DVR. You had to watch it live.
No, you had to watch it live. I remember DVR recording. Then when they released the show Real World, and we would run home after school. My friend lived kind of close to my high school, and we would go to her house and watch Real World.
Wasn't Real World 1 in San Francisco, the original one?
Was the first one in San Francisco?
There was a guy named Puck.
I remember Puck, yeah.
Anyways, he had a target on his head. People wanted to beat him up just because he was on that show. For whatever reason, people wanted to test him.
He was a jerk on the show.
Yeah, that's what it was. He had a target. And everybody said, if you see that dude, you got it on site. Everybody was like on site.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he ever get
I don't know if somebody caught up to him.
I think he ended up being, came back and did other seasons of that show.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, people in the city had it out for him. Yeah. They didn't like him.
He was a big jerk. I'm trying to think what other songs I like to work out to. I can't really think because I haven't made a playlist in a long time. I need to. I do love like my Pandora. I love Pandora.
Yeah, we're so spoiled. We used to have to like sit there, rewind, record.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember? I remember when I was going to go to cheerleading camp the next day. So we were going to go to UCLA for cheerleading camp, but the night before we kept calling the radio station because we wanted the radio DJ to give us a shout out because we were all going to cheerleading camp, and he did. But we sat there waiting for him to say it, and then we had to hit record so that we could record it so that we can play it for all the other cheerleaders. So you could
validate. That was your validation.
Say, hey, you guys, look, we were on the radio. Isn't that crazy to think?
Yeah. Such a different era now.
Oh my gosh, it's so different.
Everybody wants to shout out on Instagram now.
The other thing that, since I started thinking about music, it made me think, and we actually were talking about the senses earlier today, it made me think of other senses and how powerful they can be. What about smells?
Oh, for sure.
Smells are so powerful.
Yes.
For me especially, I feel like smells and scents transport me to periods of time. I used to have this rule. Yes. I do not have it anymore. But I used to have this rule where I would change my perfume bottle every year. I would use the same perfume all year long because if I mixed it up, it would mess with my memories. You know what I mean? So if I for example, if I were to smell, let me think of a perfume I wore, like Clinique Happy. Even saying it, Clinique Happy, I have no idea what year I wore that perfume because saying it is not triggering memories. But if someone sprayed Clinique Happy for me right now, I would be able to tell you the year that I wore that perfume, what I did that year, where I went, significant things in that year.
That's funny. If somebody came in and sprayed Aquanet, or remind me of Hair Bears of the 80s.
Would it though? Are you like that with smells or no?
Huh?
Are you like that with
smells?
Yeah,
like I said, I hated the smell of that because my sisters used it. I'm just saying.
So would it take you back? Yes, your sister,
real quick.
Yeah.
I started thinking of, old school Hair Bears.
But what about cologne? Any colognes?
Drakkar Issey Miyake.
But would it take you back, or am I unusual? Like
some things do take me back.
Transports me back.
Sometimes some things do. Some smells, some scents.
Now I've kind of confused
a taste too. I'm always searching for a taste. There's a taste that I search for in pizza.
I know what you're talking about.
It's hard. It's hard because I had it in San Francisco.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. It's so weird that I know
Drop
what you're
a comment
if y'all
know what I'm talking about, but it's tricky.
There's a specific taste.
It's come close, but
that's like, yes, I know. I wish I could explain it, and I hope that people don't think we're crazy. But yes, I know exactly what you mean.
There was a spot by my high school that sold slices of pizza. We go there for lunch, and man, I haven't tasted that in a long time.
Do you know what was like taste? Speaking of taste, which by the way, flavors is a combination of two senses. Smell plus taste equal flavor.
Smell.
That's what gives us flavor. Smell.
Yes.
So that's you notice that when you cannot smell, when your nose is plugged, you can't taste. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
You can't really taste very well, even though our taste buds are on our tongue.
Yeah.
But because to create flavors, it's a combination of two scents, smell plus taste.
Man.
Which, by the way, I did not lose my sense of taste and smell so much with COVID. My nose was plugged, but I didn't lose my senses.
I lost my smell the first time. I can't remember how the food tasted, though. I felt like I still tasted good. But I did lose. You remember I lost my scent.
It was so funny because
3 weeks or 2 weeks.
You came in all high and mighty. Wait, but you came into the room all kind of high and mighty because you told me. I said, "Oh, babe, I lost my smell and taste. I'm so sad." You're like, "Not me. I could smell everything." And you started sniffing, and I was like, "Are you sure?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And then I told you to smell my hair because I had just taken a shower and I wanted to know if you could smell my shampoo because that's how I realized I couldn't smell when I couldn't smell my shampoo. And you went to smell my hair and you were like smelling. You're like, "Wait just a goddamn minute." Then you went and got our Tom Ford, the fucking fabulous cologne that's really strong.
Yeah.
And you couldn't smell it.
No.
You thought you were so convinced that you hadn't lost your smell.
That is crazy.
You know that some people didn't get their smell back?
That's scary.
They actually have to go to therapy. There's like physical therapy to get your smell back.
Yeah.
I would be devastated.
Of course.
Devastated.
Come on. What before you eat your food, when you sit down in a restaurant, order your food. Like today, we're going to go eat some tacos. The beauty of it is when they put it in front of you and you just smell and you're going to eat it. The smell's part of the process.
Well, the smell is part of the flavor. I didn't
brain.
realize that until I started looking up things for this episode. And I thought, that's fascinating. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. Because flavors are altered if you can't smell. If your nose is plugged, flavors are altered. That is why, like on Fear Factor and stuff, and they used to have to eat the weird, crazy stuff.
Ugh.
What do people do when they have to eat something gross? Plug their nose.
Yes.
Because it alters the flavor.
Yes.
It's kind of fascinating to me.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So there are 5 senses total. Do you know what they are? Do you remember offhand?
Offhand?
Yeah, what are the 5 senses?
What is it? Smell, vision, eyesight, smell, taste, hearing, touch.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little high.
Did you smoke?
Yeah. So I'm a little slow
today. Is
this
the first time that you've smoked on our podcast?
I think I'd have in the past, but we never done that Saturday afternoon. A little different.
Interesting. So hearing, obviously hearing is directly correlated to our ears. Skin and hair has to do with touch. I don't know why it says that. Eyes is sight. Tongue is taste.
Taste.
Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then nose is smell. Tongue is taste. So there's tons of taste buds on your tongue. And then it takes the smell plus the signals on the tongue and it sends it to the brain to create flavor.
Isn't it amazing how fast that happens? What I mean by that is you have ice cream and the second you lick it like that, it's instant. It's already sent quick. Like
let me tell you.
Like a rocket.
When I start to think about shit like this, it kind of fucks me up.
Yeah.
It does.
Because you always, what do we always say? We're talking like, who created us?
Who created us?
Yeah. And, without getting too religious, but who created us? Something created us.
Well, because I don't understand. Who sat
very
there?
Intricate. There's so many moving parts and just
everything. Who sat there and designed how we are going to taste food someday?
Right? Or even how our bodies adapted to the climate of Earth. Like we're able to sustain and live here. We're able to breathe. How did it have the atmosphere? It's a trip. Yeah.
You know what's interesting too?
Rabbit hole.
We actually don't realize it, but we're constantly using all of our senses. It's kind of like a combination of senses is what creates the sensations. You notice that like we do it almost every time. We probably refer to all 5 senses the minute we step out on our walk because we go, oh, it's a beautiful day. We look at the sunshine. Yes. Beautiful day. Oh, it feels a little chilly, a little crisp.
Crispy, yeah.
That's, and then we say what? We say, oh, it smells like rain. I love the smell of after rain. We like literally talk about
fresh.
All 5 senses within 2 minutes of walking out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know.
I don't know. It's
it's
fascinating.
That's why people also need to tap into your instinct. You got them, use them. But people don't. Got to use them.
You know what it says is actually a lot of what we do
keep you alive.
A lot of what we do in this earth relies on our senses, right? And we don't pay attention and take care of them.
No, we don't.
You know what I mean? You need to wear sunglasses in the sun, protect your eyesight.
Yes.
You need to not listen to music too loudly, protect your hearing.
Yep.
You have to take care, you have to protect your senses so you don't ruin them.
Yeah.
Because
you need your senses.
You need them and it will change your life. Like I know that my dad struggles. He gets angry a lot of times because his hearing is so bad.
I bet. That's man.
And it like gets him frustrated.
I know his frustration because I get like that too. I take my glasses off. Like say if I'm walking in the gym with glasses, people look blurry to me. And it bothers me. I can't really see a clear face.
I know. I have to say.
Sucks.
Of all the things in terms of aging that have affected me the most is it's really been a struggle for me to lose my eyesight.
I can't believe it.
I am farsighted. So I can see things. I need glasses to read.
I don't. I'm the opposite.
You're the opposite.
Yeah.
You are nearsighted.
Yeah.
I am farsighted. But it's a struggle for me because when you need glasses to read, but you don't need glasses to do everything else, you're constantly putting on and taking off glasses. And I have finally entered the phase where I need to keep glasses with me at all times because I can't read menus. I think I can see my phone sometimes until I put my glasses on and everything is super clear. I'm like, wow, I forgot how.
Like the first time I put on glasses, remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Because you didn't know that it's weird.
I had a feeling. Because remember I told you things look blurry at night. I used to think, am I tired? Or is it, I don't know.
You would say you were tired all the time. I'm tired. And you would put Visine in your eyes and stuff. And it was really your eyesight was going.
Man, I made it to my 40s.
How long ago was that now? I feel like I need to go back to the eye doctor. I need to get a progressive frame so that I could just keep on all day because I need something where that I can look up and see around me and then look down and read.
Yeah.
Because it's very frustrating for me. Sometimes, like, for example, if I'm watching TV, but I'm also like, scrolling social media, God, first world problems, right?
Yes.
I want to be able to have glasses on and look up and be able to see the TV, but look down and be able to see my phone without taking glasses on and off all day. I have glasses like everywhere throughout the house.
I kind of feel like when I got glasses, like, damn, I'm old now. And I'm part of the old man group. You know, when you're young, you look at older people with glasses, they're old.
Yeah, like I kind of felt like I would have my eyesight forever.
I always had good. Some people are not blessed with eyesight. Like I've had siblings that needed glasses in their 20s. Mm-hmm. I didn't need it in my 20s or 30s. 40s, something changed.
I don't know. Why does it have to happen?
I know why.
It's you know what? It's sad because aging. This is so sad. I'm about to say this, but aging And when things start to deteriorate, when you turn a corner, right?
Yeah.
There's a time in your life when you everything's improving, right? Improving.
Yes.
And you know, all the things are like happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hit a point where things start to go downhill. Your hair starts turning gray. You start getting wrinkles. Your eyesight goes. We're on the downhill. It's like we're dying a slow death.
I mean, taxes and debts guaranteed.
That's what that means, though. Yeah. It's what happens is, and this is what they need to do, is to focus on how to get our cells to live longer.
Oh, they're doing that for sure.
Because it's like your skin goes bad and you get wrinkles and stuff because your cells are dying and your hair goes gray and you lose your eyesight, like all these things.
I mean, what did we talk about today that they figured out? You don't have to, back in the days, if your shoulders were really bad, it pretty much had to cut you up and do surgery. Now they do stem cell therapy and it rejuvenates everything in and around. I don't know the whole scientific process, but from what I know, what Joe Rogan said, he messed up his rotator cuff that needed surgery, did stem cells, and no longer requires surgery. So they're onto something for sure.
I mean, thank God. There's coming. Hopefully in my lifetime, there are some amazing non-invasive anti-aging procedures because I will be first in line for some anti-aging type stuff. I feel like the stuff that's out there right now is very expensive. And I usually, from what I can tell,
creams or what is it?
No, if someone does like a photo facial or they do something to their face, they have to go through a really awful couple weeks where it's all gross for a while. And then, it's a little better, but I don't feel like it's drastically better to substantiate that period, the recovery time and the cost.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's really
What about these masks that these women are wearing with lights on it now? Is
the red light?
Yeah, is that for real or is that still kind of too new to say?
Well, I've been using the red light therapy on my hair, the red light helmet, and it has helped. My hair has gotten better for sure. Okay. When I'm consistent with that, I can definitely see a change. I see a change right now. So right now I'm on December, January, February. I've exceeded 4 months of consistency using it every day. And for me, I noticed the biggest changes, like my part is tighter. More filled in. So it's working. Okay. So shoot, maybe I need to get the face mask then. I need to look into that. I've seen that too. I'm all about it. I'll put the helmet on. I'll put the face mask on.
Whatever helps, right?
Yeah, whatever helps. But those kind of things, it's kind
You're
of
just,
like...
everybody's going to age. You're just trying to slow it down.
Yeah, I'm not... Everyone says, age gracefully. I'm not... no, that's not my style, okay? I'm not an aging gracefully kind of gal.
You're not ready to let it go.
No, I'm not like Jamie Lee Curtis, okay? I'm like the J-Lo. I want to do the things and...
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, look at her. She's 50-something and still killing it.
Yeah, J-Lo. Like, I'm not trying to age great. I have one life. Who That's says true. I have to age great? It's so irritating when people say that too.
You have one life. Why do we have exactly? Or men, I'm married. I don't need to look good for my wife. I'm married. Like my boys say, I'm married. I don't need to really go to the gym.
Yeah, they don't care. It's like they only want to make themselves look good when they're single.
On the market, yeah. Like
it's annoying.
Yeah,
like that's so annoying.
It is dumb. It's a dumb way of thinking. Like health is important regardless, dude. If you're single or married.
Listen, when I do, like, I always feel like I like to do a little thing here and there. Every year I like to tweak. I get my Botox. I don't really do much, to be honest, but it's coming. I'm gonna do more things, especially as I approach 50. It's time to like take a little bit more drastic measures. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, and it drives me crazy when people kind of like talk shit about it.
Of course.
I also feel, and I know we've talked about this before, I don't feel like...
they want to do it.
I share because I share. It is what it is. But I don't feel like I need to share. I don't owe anybody anything.
No. It's your business. Ain't no one's business.
I'm not, selling skincare, so I don't need to, like, tell you everything I've done. I do because I like to. I'm a sharer. I've always been. If I find something that works... I share it. Like right now, I'm doing prescription tretinoin for my skin. I've just started it, and anything like anything with skincare and things like that takes a long time to see results. I definitely feel like I started to break out a little bit when I started using it, which is normal. It increases the cellular turnover of your skin, so you have newer skin. It's hardcore though, prescription only from a dermatologist.
Oh wow!
And I'm not gonna like hide that. I'm gonna be shouting it to the rooftops if after 6 months I see some good changes.
Yeah.
But I also want to make it clear I am not obligated to share.
True. You're not out here like promoting it, telling people to use it.
I get annoyed when people automatically like they say that because I've had people tell me, reach out to me sometimes and say a thing, well, you have an obligation because you are an influencer. Says who?
Yeah, says who? Who made that up?
And
you made that up?
This particular thing was I was showing that I was showing my food on my Jay's Body Bootcamp Instagram, and I was using a paper plate, and she sent me a private message saying, hey, like, you should be more responsible as an influencer and not show a paper plate on your Instagram because that is bad for the environment, blah, blah, blah.
Look at this Karen.
And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Did you check my bio? Am I like, environmental Jay?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not. This is Jay's Body Bootcamp.
Yeah.
And if I didn't show you the paper plate, and for Instagram only, I would pull out a plate, a pretty plate, wouldn't that be fake? Because I do actually use paper plates.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, it is not. I am also not on a high horse saying that I always make the right choices. I do everything perfectly.
Right? Oh my goodness.
I don't.
Listen, those kind of people that live on that pedestal in their
Yeah.
head, like, trust me, they're not. There's way more behind that door number 1, 2, and 3. Those are the ones that have
and
the
I
worst.
also feel like just because you're an influencer with a platform,
And
does that now does that put me to a standard where I have to be perfect and always make the right decisions?
Nope.
Okay, so here's my question. I want you guys to sound off in the comments on this one because I'm
if you're
curious.
preaching that, it'd be a different story.
Is it better for me to just be real? And if I use paper plates, show the paper plates, or because I have a platform, should I hide the fact that I use paper plates? And when I'm on Instagram, show a non-disposable plate so that I don't influence someone to use paper plates. I'm generally asking that out of curiosity. I don't know. I personally feel like I'm just going to show what I'm actually doing, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's wrong or right.
I just know this. As a human being, as an adult, we all have choices. So it's my choice if I want to use a paper plate. And that's okay. It could be your choice. You don't want to use a paper plate. And that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about that.
But here's my thing. Is because I am quote unquote influencer, which by the way, what makes me an influencer? I know I am, okay, but what makes me, what's the threshold? Because I have this many followers, what exactly is that threshold is my one question. But secondly, because I am quote unquote an influencer, which I kind of hate that word.
I know.
Am I obligated to be perfect? Even as a coach, I'm a weight loss coach. And I can tell you right now, as a weight loss coach, I have gone off the chain overboard gluttony on my cheat day before. Have we not?
Yes, for sure. Crazy.
So what would it be? What would be better? Would it be better if I don't admit that because I don't want to influence somebody else to also do that? That's not a good idea. Or is it better to just be honest and be like, oh my God, I ate way too much last weekend. I broke all my rules.
You know how I feel. I just keep it 100, keep it real, be yourself. I don't want all that fake shit. There's too much of it going on already.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of that.
Right.
That's like if someone had told us, oh, you got to do a podcast a certain way. You can't talk that way.
We were talking about that, you guys, actually.
You have to be proper. I'm not doing it. Sorry. I'm not doing it because I got to be me.
That, like, if somebody ever approached us and wanted to buy the podcast.
Yeah, because that happened to Joe Rogan. He got offered. He said, nope. Turned him down.
Then they would dictate. Not only, they would say, like, oh, by the way, you have this ad that you have to read. And you have to,
script.
You know,
memorize it.
I'm sorry. I get so irritated because I always catch the contradictions in some. So I listen to like 2 T's in a Pod. I love that podcast for Housewives recaps. But I always hear the contradictions. Okay, I'll give you an example. They have a paid ad for Nutrafol, which is a hair supplement. And they read the script and they talk about, oh, Nutrafol, so great, la, la, la. They probably get paid a pretty penny for the Nutrafol. But like 3 episodes later or a month later, one of them would be talking about like, oh my God, my hair is so thin. I started using this supplement and blah, blah, blah. That's a different one, not Nutrafol. And not remembering like, hello, you had a sponsored ad that said you use Nutrafol and it made your hair thick and beautiful.
Like, now you're on to the
now you're talking about something else. It just in conversation, she was talking about something else, and it was a contradiction to her ad.
Yes, big time.
You know, I thought it's kind of like. Let me give you an example. If one day, and you guys can just like throw it in my face, throw it in my face. Okay, one day, if suddenly 6 months from now, you hear me talk about Athletic Greens. I love Athletic Greens. I drink them every morning. They're so delicious and la, la, la. Call me out because I sold out. I don't drink no fucking Athletic Greens.
No, neither do I.
I hate greens. I've tried greens. And if I just suddenly, it's almost as if like that I'm talking about the ad for Athletic Greens. And then 3 months later, I talk again to you guys about how I hate drinking greens in the morning. Then you'll be like, hey, wait a minute. Wasn't 3 months ago?
Wasn't she just promoting them 3 months ago?
That's what I'm talking about, you guys. It's
and
so funny.
That's where the red flags start coming out. Oh, this person's kind of selling out, kind of fake. Then they do it again and again. And
They're doing that. They're doing that with a bunch of big influencers on TikTok right now. And they're pasting things together, the contradictions.
Here it comes. That's why we can't do that. Got to keep it.
So if we were ever offered a nice fancy deal, it would be really difficult because I feel like they would like then say, oh, hey, they'd be in my ear right now. Like, hey, don't talk about with the greens. Cause that's a deal I'm actually working on right now for you. It'd be in my ear, you know, that's like, true. hey, ixnay on the greens gay. And
it's so different when people are getting paid by the big advertiser and all that.
Yeah.
Or if their podcast isn't really, it's them, it could be us, but we don't own it anymore. Somebody bought us out, but they still want us on it. You know what I mean? It's part of their.
I don't know. You have to be careful, and that's like even no. I'm not opposed to sponsored postings if I do brand deals, but I'm particular with who I work with. Yeah, very particular. I have to actually really like it, and the only way I'm actually going to be successful selling it anyways is if it's part of my daily life. If I talk about something one time and never talk about it again, it's not. I'm not going to be successful at selling it really.
No.
It has to be part of my daily life and something I talk about frequently, and then over time the success builds, you know?
Yeah.
Like you guys know, I just announced One Up Nutrition is a new supplement company for me. Part of my daily life though. So that's easy for me because it's like I love the supplements.
I'm enjoying them, honestly. The protein shakes, you know me, I'm not really a protein shake guy.
I love, and I feel sad if you guys didn't get in on the Snickerdoodle protein because it was a limited edition. I'm hoping they restock it. Their limited edition protein powders, I heard, are always amazing that we sell out, but it has chunks of Snickerdoodle cookie in it. It's so good, and it's sold out.
It is good.
It's so good. I wish I had gotten one more tub. But I'm thinking they'll restock. But I'm trying their protein bars next, so I'm excited. I'll give you my honest. Listen, and also, just because I work with a company doesn't mean I'm going to love everything that they have to offer. I think that is so fake. I'm on a tangent. I don't know why, but I think that's so fake when people are working with a company and they suddenly love everything. Like everything is, oh my gosh,
amazing,
this is the
over the
best.
top. I feel the
like,
best.
Like really?
Yeah.
Every product they come out with is the best? Like every single one?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know.
It's all marketing and sales. Everybody's, I'm the best. I'm the best. This new product's the best. Yeah, okay. Then it fizzles out.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, I do. I am someone that falls in love sometimes with the product and I love it for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. And then I move on to something else.
Yeah.
That's normal.
It happens. Yeah.
You know, because I'm a product girl. I like to try new products, but I'm also some creature of habit. So usually I get on a kick. It lasts for a significantly long period of time, and then I move on to another kick.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's just my style. If you've been following me for a while, you know this. That's just how I am. Like even the bodysuit I'm wearing right now, it's my kick right now. It's like my uniform for if I'm putting together a cute outfit is a bodysuit, jeans, heels. and I'm on a kick. So the company that does these bodysuits, I work with them because I love them. I literally wear them all the time. I love them. So yes, it's a nice synergy, good relationship because it's what I like to wear.
Yeah.
And the quality's good. I can stand behind it. Price is good. And so, hey, let's work together.
Hey, I'm a witness. I've seen you send a lot of clothes back that you didn't like. You're like, nope,
oh my gosh,
nope.
yeah.
I like how you do that. You're
send
like,
me a label.
Huh?
Send me a label.
Yeah, because you're not being fake. You're like, oh, I absolutely love this when you really don't. You're like, I don't want to wear this.
No, exactly.
You're like, you ask it, what do you always say? If I'm not going to buy this, then why the hell would I promote this?
Right, because some things I get, a lot of things I get free, but the question is always, but would I buy this?
Yes.
Like, for example, I just got a random small little brand deal I did for a top. They sent me the top. I said, okay, well, send it to me. If I like it, then yeah, we'll do something. So I did a post for them. I love the top. I went on immediately and I bought a couple of colors. I just paid for them. I could have probably reached out to the company and said, hey, can you send me a couple more colors? But I also feel weird about doing that. Yeah. So I'm like, no, they're cheap. Yeah. They're on Amazon.
Yeah.
I went and bought a couple colors. So I loved it. Nice. So cute. So, that's something that I have to be able to want to spend my own money on it. If not, I will not promote it. I will not work out deals. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I do want your guys' honest opinion on the paper plate thing.
Yeah.
So let me know. Sound off on YouTube in the comments. Super curious. We're going to wrap this up because we're going to head to dinner. We're going to head to a concert and all the things. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you guys and see you on the next one.
See ya.